What is going on, guys, and welcome to another episode of Rebuilding Lille. Hope you enjoyed the first episode I put out yesterday. Hoping to get some good response on that. I haven't actually checked because I'm doing this video virtually about an hour after I recorded the previous episode. So what I've done is I've gone through all the preseason games, and we've had a very good preseason, as you can see here. Winning every single game and even beating some good teams, and then including Zenit and Porto. So I've done transfers. I'm trying to get Orosini, but I think we're going to run out of money. So see what I can do, but if not, then he won't be coming in. I just feel like we're lacking a little bit up top, but that's fine. Up top, wingers sort of positions. But we have made some signings, and as you can see here, we have brought in Mangala, who you saw in the last episode. Unfortunately, Paulinho actually didn't come, but we needed some cover in the centre-back positions because we were lacking. We did sell a centre-back as well, so we actually brought in two. So Mangala being one, great player, has got some fantastic experience, is actually already worth 12 to 16 million. Plays big clubs in his career, Porto, Man City, Valencia, Everton. So yeah, really nice player to bring in, and some experience there, which is going to be really, really helpful. We then have Pedro Diaz, we brought in on a deal for 2.8 million. Wanted to beef out the midfield, but also bring in someone that can improve and grow with us. Really, really well-rounded sort of centre midfield. Some key stats in some good areas, and he's a nice addition who going to be a bit of a squad player, but he's come in from Sporting Goujon. And has played regularly for them in the second division. So we'll see how he gets on. He may be someone that we don't use too often, but he's a nice little player to beef up that squad. The other centre-back is Milos Vejkovic from Werder Bremen. Obviously, they got relegated to the Bundesliga 2. He's played regularly for them, I'm pretty sure. Like 20, 30 games a season, and he's played for them for a long time, since 2015. He actually played in the Premier League. He's actually played in the Premier League, or did he just? He's been on loan. He's played twice for Tottenham in 2013 for him, so he must have been only 17, 18 years old at that point. But a nice addition there, and already coming in at a decent value, some really nice stats. The pace is obviously quite low in 12, but and the rest of the stats, the mentals, and some key areas, positioning, and teamwork. He's a very nice sort of third centre-back, I'd say, third, fourth centre-back, fighting with Mangala for a spot. And obviously we're going to have Fonte that's eventually going to retire, so some nice replacements in that sense. And then we have Julian Alvarez for 5 million from Boca. He just looks brilliant. He simply does. He can play anywhere in the front four, which is great, and is capable in all of them positions. And he also can play anywhere in the front, including our pressing forward role that we like to play. So him, Jonathan David, and Yilmaz will be fighting out for them spots, I'm sure, throughout the season. And some nice flair there, 17, and first touch is very good. So definitely a player to watch. Still very young. Already has a couple of caps for Argentina. Fantastic signing. He hasn't played too much in his career, but he's definitely an interesting player to keep an eye out for in this save. Now, in terms of players that we've actually let go, we let our Brazilian keeper go, Leo Jalderin, for 1.8 million. We had three keepers already. I was trying to bring a Tottenham French youngster in. Ended up not getting him, but I looked in our reserves and we actually loaned out a keeper who's a young up-and-coming keeper, so he'll come in for the third keeper position next season. And if we need a third backup, then we can go to our reserves and bring someone up from there for the time being. Don't think we need to spend much money in that area. We then let our Belgium centre mid co. He signed for 6 million from Hamburg. I think I showed you him last episode. Potentially, very good player. Still very young. Still a lot of room to grow. So hopefully get some game time and is looking very, very nice. We then let go of the left back for Ronaldo. He's a Mozambican left back / winger. He looks alright, but the Croatian left back we've got is very good, and our right back can actually play left back as well. So we've got enough cover in that area, I believe. And then again, we let go of 2 other players. This centre-back, Ivory Coast, he's gone to Metz. He's okay, but he isn't as good as the players that we brought in, so easy player to get rid of there. We then got rid of Addons Djurkovic, 24-year-old goalkeeper. Again, he's all right, but he's never going to play for us, so they came in with an offer, so I just thought I'd take it. And then we've got rid of another loanee here in Ivan Longchamp. He was recommended to give him a professional contract. I think he looks quite good in some areas, still very young at 16, so we've let him go out on loan here, and let's hope that he can be a potential player in the future for us. And I think the rest of the stuff was already kind of done before we came, so that's sort of how it is. Now if we go into our tactic here, I've got the team looking like this. We actually have a game in a minute against PSG, first game of the season, that will be our first game with Lille, and it's basically the winners of the league. So we won it last year against, I think, the cup winners potentially, or the second place team. So obviously that's going to be PSG, and we're basically it's very equivalent to how it is in the Premier League, where they have like the Community Shield at the start of the season. So looking at something very similar to that. So we will be fighting out and hopefully getting our first trophy for Lille. Just a couple of bits to mention on before I go into the game. We have gone into the training bits and looked at some schedule stuff a little bit to see how that sort of goes early on in the season to get used to the tactic. And then we've also done individual training on every single player here, making sure that they are trained in the position that we're going to play them in. And again, we've done some mentoring here, kind of let my assistant do that, but also switched a few little bits around that I thought potentially could be of value. So we'll see how that goes, and hopefully relationships start building through that. Other than that, I think we're kind of okay. I don't think I showed you the schedule last episode. So yeah, as I said, we got the trophy the champions. So again, trying to get a win, and then we've got some nice fixtures early on in the first month. I mean, I say nice. Nice are probably going to be a hard team to beat, and Saint Etienne not the easiest. But I'd like to think we could get some results in this, and we actually have a nice kind of run until we get to October, really, when we get a tough game there against Marseille and PSG in the same month. So let's hope we get some results moving forward in that sense. In terms of competitions, I don't know if I touched on this, but they want us to be competitive in the Europa League. It hasn't been drawn yet, the group that we're in. They don't really care whether we win this game or not, so it's actually not too important. In the league position, they just want us to qualify for the Europa League and reach the quarterfinal of the French Cup. So, yeah, really happy with how things are starting to move on with this already. Lille has a lot of potential, so let's go into the game today to see how we get on against our biggest probably rivals in this division. Still getting a few bits up for like how to do stuff, and I'm like, I've played like 16, 17 hours already on this game. I can't know how it works. But that's just Foot Manager for you, isn't it, sometimes? I don't really have much width in the bit. I know we got to. Okay, now we should be alright. I think it's the team we're going to go for. Yeah, we're going to go for that. So hopefully, so the Fonte, Baldrick and Sanchez are lacking in match fitness or sharpness. It's fine. It's going to take a bit of time to get everyone match fit, because obviously we've been playing pre-season games, but some of them were on holiday because of the Euros, and some other players just didn't get enough game time, really. I tried to switch around as much as I can, but you know, even if they only play 1 or 2 games, it's not enough for them to get full sharpness here. So the teams are warming up, and we're going to get into our first game here. Why is it taking so long? I have no idea. There we go. So PSG line up with Rico, Hakimi, Kea, Kimpembe, Mendes, Herrera, Wijnaldum, Draxler, Mbappe, Icardi. They haven't got any Ramos, they haven't got Messi, so there's an opportunity to beat them here. They're not playing their full strength team, so you never know what could happen. We tell the boys that we're not expecting to get a result, but go out there, enjoy yourself. Pressure is off. Whatever these are, not too fast really. I don't think they have too much impact on the final result. So that's how our team's going to line up. I think a really strong team, considering it's a bit of a new team as well. And we'll get into the swing of things. I will probably have to edit the camera stuff here. Oh, bloody hell, there's stuff that happens. I like normally going, I think it's camera. I want to go TV, camera zoom as far as possible, and then height like that. And then the replays I don't tend to have on. Key highlights I like to have on, and then match thing just a little bit above normal, and I think we're ready to go. I'm sorry if it's a little bit laggy. I don't know if my Mac can control it enough as much as I would like while I'm recording, which is a little bit frustrating. It may be the case that I have to go 2D if it's that much of a problem. But we'll see how we get on. But a nice early start here. We're progressing through and doing well with our passing by the looks of things. Not obviously, like I said, this game is unexpected to win, so we've got Mbappe here on a free kick, which is not who you want to be lining up. It's going to whip one over the wall, and it's just wide, which is fine. I'm actually going to... I know you guys probably won't want this, but I'm going to switch it to 2D, just because I think it is lagging slightly. I might have to close programs next time I'm doing this to see if that makes an improvement. But it is what it is, and we'll have to play around with the settings. I'll just beef these up so that try and help us a little bit. We're only going to play this game, this episode, just simply because it is a trophy game where we could potentially win something, and yeah, it's always nice to watch one where you win or lose, but a cup final sort of thing. But you're doing all right here. 20 minutes gone roughly, and we still haven't had an attack. But these sort of things happen. We are playing with the best team in the league, so the fact that we haven't conceded yet is good, and the fact that Mbappe's morale is down is also very nice, and hopefully that stays that way for the whole game. Interesting to see that their keeper's also morale is down. We've both had one shot each already, but it does look like quite a tight game. The XG is 0.9, so not much going on, but we just had another shot there, and we've had 4 corners, so I like to think we're doing alright. I'm going to drop and encourage just to see if that makes a difference to the squad. It is encouraging that we are 3/4 of the game through, and we're doing alright here. Morale's gone up there from that shout, so I'd really like to see we have an opportunity to actually go and score here potentially. But it looks like Mbappe's turned his game around a little bit here. He's down to 7.1. But we've got the ball here. We play it out to Sanchez, who finds Yusuf Yagsez, who finds Bamba, who switches it back post. It's cleared by PSG. And that was our chance, which is not really a key highlight if you ask me, but hey ho hey. I think the later this game goes on, I'll switch it back to 4D just to see if that makes a difference. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Bamba's looked like he's got picked up a knock there. He's looking too good. Mind you, the rest of the team's health-wise has gone down, so or not health, tiredness. So it's something to keep an eye on who's struggling. But it looks like we're going to get into half time. Oh no, we're not. PSG have a corner of Mbappe. They've fired it in. Head up by Danilo Pereira. Scrambled in the box, and it has been cleared. And Lille do hang on there, which is extremely nice. And yeah, we get to half time then 0-0, which, considering they're the best team in the league, I know they haven't got their full strong team out, but they have some fantastic players still in that lineup, which is still better than ours, I'd say. I'll say that our passing has been good, and we're looking to keep going and trying to get something out of this. We'll get into the second half here, and hopefully have some opportunities. The XG is slightly better for them, but it's still not one for any team. We had a load of corners, just not done anything with it yet, which is interesting. Perhaps there's something there with corners where we need to fix it up a little bit and try and make sure we're getting them corner goals. I'm going to switch this back to TV, just because I think it seems to lag either way, and I think that's simply because I'm recording. I've literally got my Mac. I'm literally speaking through the Mac and recording through the Mac. So everything is probably a bit much at the moment. I've probably also got internet browser up as well, and I've probably got a few other applications that I could close down. So I think next time I'll make sure that they're closed, just to make sure that we're getting the most we can out of this, and that it runs a bit smoother. But you know, these first two episodes are just sort of learning what works and what doesn't. We've got a free kick here, and it's just gone wide, and it's another opportunity though, which is promising. If you get into the 60th minute here. Now this obviously is a cup game, so cup games tend to be quite tight anyway, even if you are the weaker team. But it's nice to see that we are defending well, we are pulling our weight, and we are competitive against the best team in the division at the moment, which, you know, with more familiar practice with this formation, as the chemistry and the relationships start building in the squad. And then we have a few more additions potentially over the next few seasons with hopefully bigger players. We can really push PSG, and with the squad that we've got, that's the plan. But you know, it's never that easy, is it? So here's Sanchez, plays it into Font, plays it out to Silic, gives it away to Mbappe, not where you want to give it away. Wijnaldum finds Icardi, plays it into Nuno Mendes, plays it forward to Icardi, who's through on goal here, and he does score. And that's such a shame, because that goal there could be the end of the game for Lille. Giving the ball away in the silly area to the best player on the pitch is never a good thing. So it looks like we are gonna struggle here to get something, which is a shame. I'm gonna make a sub. Haven't done that yet, and we have got players that are tiring, and we've only got 15 minutes to make a change to this. So let's bring on Yilmaz. the old veteran who scored a lot of goals from last year when they won the league. Let's bring on Pedro Diaz for Andre. And let's bring on Timothy Vea for Jonathan David. Let's confirm that. And see what happens here in the final 15. It'd be nice to be able to take this to like extra time, or to get this to a certain point where, you know, we can at least have a chance of getting our hands on the trophy. But as time goes on, it looks less and less likely. And I think they've brought on Rafinha. I don't think he started, so I think they brought him on. And we're looking down a little bit here in the last 5 minutes, so I'm going to go drop another encourage for the final 5 to see if that is enough to get us over the line and get a goal scoring opportunity. I'd like to think we'd get 1 before the end of this game, but you never know. Foot Manager, they might not give it to you. Hakimi's got a throw in here. A couple minutes to go. Plays it into Ghana Gay, who finds Hakimi, finds Rafinha. He's cut inside, does some magic here, plays it into Mbappe. I think it's a fantastic block from Font there, the 37-year-old, get in front of the pacey French striker to make sure there's no goal there. It looks like PSG is shut up shop now. And there's about 15 seconds to go, but we have the ball. Here's Jose Font, finds Renato Sanchez, who switches it into the box. It's been cleared out for throw-in, and this probably is the end of the game here. We may have a chance, though. We may have a chance before he plays. Balderek plays it into Bamba. Back to Balderek, who's tackled, and there's another throw-in. Ref still hasn't blown yet. Finds Yusuf, who switches it in the box. Can anyone get onto it? It's gone all the way through to Pedro Diaz. Yilmaz is there. Can he get anything with it? Puts it back to Diaz, who switches it in. Still cleared. PSG can't get rid of it, and the whistle's been blown, and they win again. So that's going to be the issue throughout this save, and we know it already. I'm not too fast that we haven't won it. You know, there's plenty of opportunities where we can, I'm sure, throughout. It's not a trophy that I'm too worried about winning. Every time, you know, we want to win the French Cup and the actual French League. But watching PSG win it there is never an easy sight. So we'll congratulate them and let them enjoy it while they can. But we know that we're going to be the next team to win that trophy. That's the plan anyway. Unfortunately, you know, we kept it tight. Maybe lacked a little bit in the attack areas there. Not quite good enough. But I'm proud of the boys for putting up a fight and not getting thrashed by PSG in that one. Icardi the difference there, which is fair enough. You know, Icardi's a great striker, better than what we've probably got at the moment in terms of finishing. Disappointing, obviously, but it was a defeat. We actually got a bit of money there, which is nice. So yeah, we're not going to go to the press conference and continue to develop this team. So what I'll probably do, just so that you're aware, I'll probably play out this month and I'll come back on the 12th against Lorient. And that gives me 4 games there to start the season and see how we get on. Hope we can get a bit of a nice head start on PSG, you know, winning some games, maybe where they drop points, you never know, and put ourselves in a really, really strong position to push on. But yeah, guys, if you enjoyed this episode, again, apologies for a little bit of lag on the gameplay there. I think it is something to do with some settings that I need to switch around, so I'll have a play and make sure I try and get that right for the next episode and test it out then. But yeah, guys, if you enjoyed, leave a like, please do subscribe, and leave a comment or a rating as well. Let me know how you got on with this video and enjoyed it, and anything I can improve in the future. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I will see you tomorrow again for the upload around 1-2 p.m. So look forward to that one. Thanks, guys. Take care, and I'll see you next time.